A ton of you have been asking for this pattern for a really long time, and it is finally here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this reversible halter, and it's a great way to use up your scraps. I've made this for years for my small business and has been loved by many of you, and now you can make your own. There are so many ways to customize this top. It's lightweight, you could wear it to a festival, pack for vacation, or just enjoy it in the sun. It's pretty beginner friendly and a quick sew. You could definitely make a few of these in a day. It's called the Margot reversible halter, and if you want to follow along, it is linked below. So let's just jump right in. My favorite fabrics to use for this project are lightweight cottons and linens. I also suggest some other ones on the first page of the printout. And I always save all my scraps. Like I said before, it's a great way to use up your scraps. So I have just some leftovers from other projects. This is an old bed sheet. These are just vintage cottons I have. And then I have some leftover gingham here. So that's just kind of what I'm going to do. And for the purpose of this tutorial, the flower print will be the shell. And then the contrasts are the gingham. I'm gonna make two versions. I could switch back and forth and make sure I get all the steps for you guys to make it super clear. The cutting is pretty straightforward. You cut the two shell pieces and the two contrasts. I did that for both of my pieces here. Two contrasts here, the gingham, and then the two shell. And for the front part, you want to make sure to mark all your notches, especially the center front notch here. This one is going to determine which way to fold the pleats and where to place it. So that's one not to miss. And I also included a little dash line if you want to lengthen or shorten the pattern. I know we're all different body types, and if you have like a longer torso, you could go ahead and lengthen it. You just cut on the dotted line, spread it apart with a piece of paper underneath, and then blend the sides. And then the opposite, if you're shortening, you could cut at the line and then piece it together to shorten the pattern and then blend the sides. So that's just an option if you're having a little fit issue. And for the strap, it is a longer pattern piece, and if you don't have enough fabric, you could piece it at the center. All you have to do is just add a little seam allowance. I did that for one of my pieces. I added a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and just make sure when you cut this piece, if you're piecing it together, that you mirror the pieces so they match with the other side of the strap. So that's just one little tip. And once you cut all the pieces, we're just gonna get going on sewing. With the top pieces right side up, find the center front notch to use as a guide to sew pleats in place. Fold the meat of the pleat towards center front, then sew at a 1/4 inch so it's within seam allowance. Repeat to the other side and contrast pieces. Make sure both shell and contrast tops are mirrored. With right sides together, sew the shell top at the neck seam. Repeat to the contrast pieces. Then press seams open. If sewing multiple pieces, I like to sew in a chain to save time. Now we are going to join the shell with the contrast. With right sides together, match the seams at the neck and the center front notch and sew the side seams. Then we are going to clip every 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, avoiding clipping the neck seam. You don't have to go so deep, a 1/4 inch is fine. This doesn't have to be super precise. Then gently flip the top inside out by pulling it through the neck channel. There should be enough room to fit through since we are using a lightweight fabric. Then iron the seams. The top is all finished, and now we're gonna move on to the strap. If you are piecing together your strap, go ahead and do so now. I simply sewed at that center line, a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then I pressed it open. And just make sure to mark all the notches because that will help you determine what the top and the bottom is. And I also added a label that's totally optional. You don't have to, but it will show on one of the sides since this is reversible. So if you don't want that, go ahead and skip that. And now we're gonna pin together the top portion to the strap. Place the shell top and the shell tie right sides up. Make sure the meat of the pleat are pressed towards center front. Pin right sides together, front shell top to the shell tie by lining up the wearer's center front right side to the right notch on the tie. then the left center front side to the left notch. There is a small overlap at the center front. Then pin the side seams to match the side notches. Sew in place within the seam allowance at 1/4 inch. Then tightly roll the top into itself so it fits into the strap. Pin the contrast tie right sides together with the shell. You could use a couple pins to hold the rolled top in place, then pin around the strap. Sew starting at the short end about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, leaving about a 2-inch opening to pull through later. Sew around, pivoting at the corner and continuing the length of the tie. Be careful not to sew through the top. At the super pointy corner, stop 1 stitch before the corner, leaving the needle down. Then take some scrap thread and fold in half and floss it through until it hits the needle. Now take 1 more stitch, locking that thread in place. Tuck the tails inside and continue to the other end and repeat this method to the other point. Trim the corners, especially the really pointy ones, so it's easier to turn inside out later. Now flip inside out. Once you get to the top portion, it gets easier to pull through. Take the thread tails at the corners and gently pull out. Don't yank on these as this will break your stitches. You can also use your fingers to gently roll out that corner. Then iron in place. Fold in the seam allowance at the tie opening and edge stitch it closed. I like to match my thread colors to each side by changing out either the top or bobbin thread to match. To finish the top, fold the neck seam in thirds and stitch in the ditch to keep that pleat in place. This is optional, but if you have a smaller bust like I do, I like to add a little tack a couple inches up in the center so when I bend down, the top doesn't spill open. I hope you guys enjoy making this top. I love how versatile and how easy it is to customize. You basically get 2 tops in one. If you decide to make this top, please tag me. I love to see your creations and share them. You could also tag me on Instagram or TikTok and I can share it from there. Again, the pattern is linked below. It's called the Margot reversible halter. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.